Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the third episode of the Next Question, Please podcast. We got some special guests today. We got Will.
What's up?
We got Jado. But have a good time. You got Midas Mill as always.
Got Cy.
And Wolfie.
Let's get it. So last night, how did it go for you guys?
Pretty good. We just chilling, watching hockey.
Yeah. Okay.
Will, night for you.
Yeah, we're just playing cards with the boys, and when you start playing hearts, it gets intense.
Yo, you play hearts?
Yeah, I
fucking love hearts.
Bro, hearts
I cannot find anyone our age that plays hearts.
All his
bro.
frat dudes.
Hard-
It's a card game.
Actually,
Yeah,
Dude.
it would take too long to explain.
Yeah, yeah.
honestly.
Can I come
Hearts.
over and play hearts sometimes?
Absolutely. You
I
can,
love hearts.
you can
Yeah,
come.
I
We'll
love it.
probably play some hearts.
What's it
tonight.
like?
So like
What's it
you
called?
hand out the whole deck, and then you kind of just like play
So,
card. Like
how do we explain hearts?
whoever has the two of clubs plays the first card, and you have to play like the same suit as that card unless you don't have the suit. So if someone plays two of cards or two of clubs,
There you go.
people can play like 10 of
I get-
clubs, 9 of clubs,
I guess
whatever club.
The best way to explain hearts is that it's a point-based game.
Yeah,
So
and
you want to have as little points as possible.
Yeah.
And the only way to get points is if you get any heart suit and you get the queen of spade. So that's the only way to get points. And queen of spade gives you 13 points, and each heart gives you a point. So basically, you're going around in chronological order, going like someone puts down a two of clubs. You got to go with club. Unless you don't have it, and you can throw out anything you want to at that point. So basically, the objective of the game is to have less points than everybody else.
Yeah, and whoever plays the highest of that suit that was first played takes the 4 cards, or however many people are playing. That's how many.
And clearly,
cards
you
are
don't want to be stuck with any hearts at the end of the game because you just want to take them off.
You don't want the queen of spades, especially.
Yeah,
I got the queen of spades so many times last night. I got screwed.
So that's how hearts is a very, very fun game. But
Complicated sounds like a lot of thinking.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
sure
about
like
it.
once after you
Once you
like
pick it up.
once you pick it up like
Yeah.
two rounds.
You would have to watch it.
Yeah.
But
Like pinochle.
Yeah, pinochle is that
Yeah.
way. You
Yeah.
gotta watch.
Like you can have like tons of strategies for like how you like get
Wanna
rid of
deal with
cards. My strategy is to have the queen of spades and have as many like cards with spades as possible, and to not have any with clubs, so I can screw people over right away.
Mhm.
Especially if they play clubs.
I just try to short suit myself as quickly as possible. But our night absolutely sloshed downtown. There was like 500-600 people in Joe Black's. It
Bro,
was
when I first
insane.
came to Joe Block's, I was like, it is.
Dude, we couldn't even-
my claustrophobic
We literally
Yeah.
couldn't even
Me.
fucking move.
was
Like
panicking.
Well, like
everything was
it's
filled.
the weekend after spring break, so of course people are gonna go downtown.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
Like it's been 2 weeks. So
It was
like,
never this busy though.
Yeah, I know.
Like we actually did not have space to walk.
And it's never like that.
I've
No.
never seen Joe Black's that packed.
I mean,
And all of the
I mean, I've
time
seen it
gone,
packed, but like to
never
not
like
to
that.
this extent.
was it worse?
It was bad.
I
It
mean,
was
because there was
worse.
times I couldn't squeeze through.
Remember
Joe Black's.
boys' night?
Yeah,
the last
the
boys'
first
night we
one.
had.
The
Yeah.
last one.
Like the one where I met old girl. The one where Svetlana came with us.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wait, that
Linus.
Was it more
Yes.
packed that night or the night
No.
we went together?
No, because the night that Svetlana and Linus came with us, it was nothing.
It wasn't.
We could actually
too
get
bad.
to the bar.
Okay.
It was because it was the boys' night before.
No, I thought that
Are
it
you
was
talking about the one where I couldn't go because I had a choir concert?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. That time.
That one was packed. There was times. I mean,
So think of that night,
Yeah.
but add 100 people.
There was a lot.
It was nuts.
where'd you guys hang out then? Up top then?
For a little bit.
Yeah.
We talked to a buddy on upstairs.
Oh, that's right.
And
Robert
then,
Ludwig.
and then Bill was on a mission.
On the
And we
mission?
went downstairs.
What, to get some cooch?
Well, no, like no.
Hey,
We don't objectify women here.
I didn't say I was objectifying them. I just said cooch. Like,
I mean, no, it was not. But let's move on.
Bill's a man now.
I'm a man now.
You get a man card now?
How am I a man now?
I don't know.
You're going after more than just the one night stand. You're going for
One night standard.
a lot more
Hey,
better
hey,
quality.
now I can't be the fuckboy of the group forever. So at some point, it's got to be passed on to Will.
Yeah, Will is definitely.
Will's there now.
Will has been. thrown.
honestly, I'm kind of sick of
we're going
Not to
downtown.
probably won't fit your head.
And I'm like, hey, I hit up Sai at like 5 o'clock. I'm like, yo, you want to go downtown tonight?
It was 8 o'clock, but
Was it really?
Yeah,
it was that late?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay. So it was
Yeah,
like 8
because it
o'clock.
was in the group chat. I'm like, dang.
And I'm like, oh, he's definitely gonna say no. And I was like, you know what? It looks like I'm rolling solo tonight. But then Sai's like, yeah, I'm down. And I'm like, you're down? Oh, say less. So then, he's like, oh well, I gotta finish up this homework first.
Yahtzee.
So I get over here at like 10:30, 10:35. And Sai's like, all right, I got to shower now. So then at this point, my stomach starts rumbling, right? So I'm like, fuck me. So Sai's in the bathroom. So there's no way I can go to the bathroom in this place. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to have to count my losses and go to the bathroom and like Joe Black's. So literally we're driving in that park and we're about to go into Joe Black's. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to make it. Like, I'm not going to make it. This is about to get ugly. So then he's like, well, we should just probably go to a smaller bar so there's like cleaner bathrooms. And I was like, you know what? That's a smart ass idea. So we go to Brick and Barley's and then I'm just destroying this bathroom for like 5-10 minutes plus. And then so these dudes come in like, hey man, like don't fucking hit her up. You're done with her. And it's like, yeah, you're done with her. And then everybody in the bathroom's like, yeah, fuck her. Like get away from her. Like I'm like, bro, I'm trying to take a shit in peace here. And
you gotta
these dudes
support
are like
each
fucking
team.
Boys, that's what I like. The boys who are not even the homies. You gotta support each other.
Exactly.
I feel like in the day and age, the homies gotta stick together.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a homie.
fair enough.
I feel like everyone, there's a certain understanding between everyone where it's like if shit's going down,
If somebody
gotta
says
guys have to
they're
have
done
other guys'
with it,
backs.
you gotta help them out.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
Seemed like he was going through a tough time in his life.
Oh yeah, we don't want anybody going through tough times. Buy him a drink.
I was gonna buy him a
Too
drink.
bad Mill was just wanting to shit in peace.
yeah, I was emptying my guts. I'm like, man, you know what? We can talk about all this boy stuff later, guys.
Guys, do you fucking mind? I'm trying to take your shit.
No, but so I got that out of the way, and then it was a blast after that. So then Sai's like, it's probably gonna be an early night because like it's just the two of us, and I'm like, oh, you'd be surprised.
You will be
surprised.
surprised.
That's exactly what I said.
Famous last words.
You.
So explain how the night went for you, what you observed.
Okay, so this is how my version of the night went.
Right.
So we got the Joe Blacks, and pretty much the first thing I saw was fogginess because my glasses fogged up. So I take out my glasses. Okay, from my perspective, everyone in North Dakota is at least 6 foot. The men are 6 foot. The women are 6 foot. Like,
And as Jaden and I said,
Yeah,
you're both under
no.
6 foot from North Dakota.
no. I'm not even over exaggerating. Like some of these girls, like I'm 5'9", 5'10" with my shoes.
Oh yeah.
That is average height, I would say. But the
I feel
problem
like
is,
when you and I played Eastern teams, they always had our height advantage.
Yeah, that's true.
Where we're on the western
Even like
side
you
of the
watch
state.
like basketball, like high school basketball.
Class
tournaments.
B, the B boys on the eastern side of the state, oof, they were tall this year.
and like for me, it's just like what I observed the entire night is like girls, and this is just my perspective, but girls would see MILF a little taller, right? But if they see like a guy like slightly shorter or even like a little bit like average, like the same height, they won't really give you the time of day. They want someone like that looking up at times, and that's just for me. Like people can call me insecure or whatever. I don't care. This is what I just saw.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of weird,
Okay.
but anyways, we got to do shots and all that stuff, and it was cool to see Mill kind of in his element. I gotta say, like he says like, oh my god, I can't talk, I can't like once he's in his element, like it's like
Like the
easy.
last episode, you're
Easy.
like, I can't small talk, but I bet you were just small talking all last night.
all of last night. Like
Yeah,
you know
that's
how
what I'm
many?
saying.
I think at least like 20 people came up to him.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Give or take 10.
Like, and I'm just like, oh, I see a person and like, no, I don't want to talk to them just because, fuck them.
There.
Had a
You
bad
just need some
experience.
liquid courage.
All right, so this is
No,
what
he
I
had- it's not-
liquid-
no,
he
it's
had
not-
liquid
It's not liquid
courage.
courage. It's more like liquid numbness.
Mm.
And I was just like, nah, I'm just vibing.
You know when I knew things were gonna get wild that night when we were drinking, and Sai's like, if I take one more shot, I don't even care anymore. I was like, let's go. Let's go. Let's go get this shit right
Let's
now.
get there. Let's get there.
Let's get it. So this is how I observed the night. I observed the night as the average height of the girls in there was probably 5'7".
That's bullshit. That's
That
cap.
is-
No.
that is 100%
I want to allow that. That's cap.
That is 100%.
That's 100% cap.
All I know is
There's
when
that-
I
there
walk
are at
into
least
a bar and if
5'10"
I
to
see
left
somebody who I
5'11".
can make eye level contact with, I'm like,
That's the person you gravitate towards.
yeah, you got to. I mean, geez,
Of course.
you can't.
No.
That's like what you can get.
I was like 5'9", 5'10", and there were girls that were taller than me. So let's just think about it like that. So they're at least 5'11" or even 6 foot.
That's cap, by the way. But let me explain. You explained your side. All right.
By the way, it was a good night.
What
I'm
I-
just saying.
what I
that's just,
observed-
I'm just putting my side.
What I observed is every girl, like the average height of girls there was like 5'7". 5'7", yeah. The average height of guys there, like, had to be like 6'1". Like every
6'2",
fucking guy there was taller than me. Every guy.
No,
there
I would say
was-
that you were probably like average. I would say,
Yeah, I was like average.
and you were like 6 foot.
Yeah.
6'1" with the shoes and everything.
Yeah, so.
And that's pretty much like
They had a
pretty
lot
good.
of- they had a lot
That's
of
pretty good, I
fun.
would say.
But
That's all you need.
yeah, so
5'10". Can't be
20
fives.
people did not walk out to me last night. It was more like 5 at best.
Fam, that is so
I could see
cap
10.
to the
How?
I could see 10.
That was so cap.
There is
Literally every 5 minutes after a conversation, another one was like, "Oh my god, Mill, it's been so long. Oh my god."
I mean, going to the bar with you,
Oh my
it
God.
is a resident thing.
you know
Every 5 minutes.
yeah,
Every 5 minutes. So I
that's
was like,
not-
you know what? This is the perfect time to get in our shot. So you can imagine how many shots we took.
Liquid courage.
It's not even liquid porridge. It's more like liquid
Porridge.
Like,
Porridge.
My
My porridge is
like
too
your
hot.
spirit can like leave and you
But-
can be somewhere else.
I would say I talked to about 15 people that night.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll allow that number.
Yeah, I talked to about 15 people that night.
That's still a lot in my opinion, but
Well, how long were you guys out though?
Somehow
Like-
we were there for at least
Hour and a half.
hour and a half, almost 2 hours.
It's not bad for 15 people. I mean,
Yeah.
me
Efficiency.
personally, like, I'm super introverted, so
No, same.
that's a ton of people for a day for me.
Fair.
indeed.
Can't say the same.
Yeah, no, it was a good night. It was a good night.
It was good enough for him.
It was a great night for me. It was a good night.
Like out of 10, I would say you probably had like a 9.8.
No, not that well.
What?
It was a solid 8.
8?
Yeah.
Alright, well,
What would have made it more fun is if there was more of us there.
More of the boys.
I see.
And
But
if
I'm
you would have been
broke.
able to get Domino's afterwards.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a real kicker
But-
right there. That
Well-
knocked down 2 points.
Y'all didn't eat before you went out.
I wanted to eat, but Bill was like, "No, we gotta go Joe Black. I don't want. We can
Gotta
eat
go to-
afterwards."
Gotta
It was
go to
like
Red Pepper, man.
12:30 at this point.
It wasn't 12:30. It was 11:45.
So do they serve food there, right?
Yeah, but the
At
bar,
Brick- at Brick
the
and
kitchen
Barley?
closes at like 11.
Oh,
But they
okay.
close it early when it's that packed. So they
Yeah,
close it
the
like
weekend.
9.
At Brick and Barley, like their happy hours from like 12 to 1. So I was just like, okay, why don't we just get like wings or something? And then
That'd be
we can
good.
go
idea.
there.
Well, I was on a mission per se
Mission.
because
Oh my God.
because I was looking for a certain person.
Yeah, and he saw her 4 times.
I talked to her 4 times.
No, she's talking 3 times. The
What?
4th time, I told her she's right there. Why don't you go talk to her? And then you're like, no.
Well, because okay, no, we were literally sitting at a table talking to 2 other people.
What?
And so I was like, hey, she's right there. I'm like, dude, relax.
You're hype man.
First
Like,
of all,
please relax.
First of all, we weren't talking to 2 other people.
Yes, we were. We were talking to Sydney and in Autumn.
No, I'm talking about when we were both like facing each other at the chairs, like right by the pillar. Remember, right by the entrance?
Oh, that's when she was leaving.
Yeah, but she was right there.
Perfect time to make a lasting remark.
Well, none of that
Closing
matters.
statement.
Well, none of that matters. Right
My
now,
rebuttal
because, like,
for our conversation
Conversation.
tonight is
Hey, how you
Hi.
doing? Hi. Hi.
Well, the night resulted in me panicking the entire time. So,
Yep. Can't confirm.
can't confirm.
Good job.
It wasn't panicking. It was more like I made you
Overthinking.
panic.
Overthinking.
This guy,
Reminds me of my favorite
this guy
song.
calls out to her.
Okay, so we have a question for the viewers.
So,
We'll do another poll.
okay.
Do you overthink when
I'm
you're on a
writing
mission
down
to
these
try to
polls
find
because
that
we'll
guy
never
or
remember
girl?
by the time the episodes come out. When the episodes come out, we won't.
people are
actually-
commenting like, well, in this certain scenario,
Well,
you're like,
well,
what are you talking about?
I'll
Okay,
ask
so
the question one more time.
Okay.
So the poll would be, and this is a yes or no question. Do y'all overthink when you're on a mission to try to find that guy or girl? Especially when you're at the bar or whatever.
Interesting.
That's an interesting point.
So
What's the poll? Yes or no? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Do you overthink when it comes to being on a mission to try to find that guy or girl? Like this is just like you just have a crush on her, basically. Like you're not, and you're just trying to find who they are.
In that moment too, your like imagination is going wild, kind of just envisioning the scenarios with this person. So it's really easy to kind of be like, well, like this sucks because I haven't seen them, so maybe they're not interested. Or
Well, the problem is you don't know who they are and what they are. They could be a huge they can be a good thing. Like they could be chill and all, or they can be like the opposite.
That's why you can't put them on a pedestal right away.
Fair enough.
I told Mill at least 10 times to not do that.
Yeah.
You've told me that a lot. Just
you know what
in
I
my
did?
life.
Yeah.
You know what I did?
You put it right on.
I
pedestal.
built that shit right up.
Fam, she
Bricks
was
on
on
bricks.
No,
Fam,
that-
punched it. It looks so nice.
she was on the Empire State Building. It's like, bring it on.
Yeah, I built that shit up
She was on
all night.
She was on a Willis Tower. What are you talking about?
Sears Tower.
It's Willis Tower.
Now it is.
But yeah, so
I would say my night one, I would say 5. Average.
yeah, it was that bad.
Well, it wasn't bad. It was just average.
It was that bad, son?
5 out of 10 is average.
For what? Wait, what?
Well, because I was just behind Mill. I wasn't really doing anything.
I feel like it's how it always is at the bars. just behind Mill, let him lead the charge.
I mean, as long as you're enjoying yourself, I'm fine. To be quite honest.
Hell, we're always straight just chilling.
There's a problem there. There's a problem here. This is what next time we go to the bars, I'm finding us a group to talk to, and we're gonna talk. I'm gonna initiate conversation, and then y'all have to also match that energy. Okay.
Yeah, you fucking introverts.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Well, it's kind
No
of
problem,
easy to be. It's kind of easy to introduce to a group when you know the group.
When
But
you know one of them.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go to
exactly.
like a random group.
Because there's been multiple times
No,
at
I
bars
swear.
where you go to a group you know, none of us know.
Yeah, I know.
Which is
Yeah, oh God.
well, I know it's our job to also introduce ourselves, but I think it's easier.
I mean, I did.
But
Yeah,
I introduced you to a lot of people last night.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
who?
yeah, last
I
night.
introduced you to Connor. I introduced you to
Connor. Yeah, I know Connor.
Wait,
Now
6'6" dude.
Yeah.
I wonder what his point of view is. It's just like, man, look at all
He's
these.
seeing over everybody.
Tall.
Look at these ants.
Fam, how's the weather? It must be
Well, it's
humid
actually-
there, up there.
Yeah, so it was an interesting night.
But yeah, definitely got to work on just talking in general. It just seems like everyone's preoccupied, so it's it's hard to just break the
You
barrier.
have to,
Yeah.
Oh,
like you have to be uncomfortable in those situations.
exactly.
It's
Okay,
only awkward if you make it awkward.
Okay.
Precisely.
Like I said, we need to see you at a different bar
See,
outside of Grand Forks.
and I mean in Austin I did it, but not as. Of course, I wasn't
Yeah.
as out there with it, But
Well, starting with Sai, since I'm also an introvert, bigger groups are really hard for introverted people, for sure.
gotcha.
I'm down with talking with people one-on-one,
Mhm.
but once it exceeds 5 people,
You're like,
that's
wait.
so much. And so last night, being in a packed bar would scare the shit out of me too.
Yeah, dude, especially when you're just me and Mill. It's a good thing Mill carried, so
Mhm.
that's all that matters, to be quite honest.
I mean, I'm thinking about the last time I went downtown with you guys, and remember I walked up to that dude because I was gone at that point. I walked up and put my arm around that dude who I thought was Mason.
Fuck, I don't remember.
Wore the
this.
same shirt,
my
and the
goodness.
dude was on his phone. And I walked up to him like, Mason, what are you doing? Get off your phone, then let's get going. He turns and is like, who are you? I'm like, oops.
Oops.
Oops. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. I thought you were a buddy of mine. Have a good night. And then I walked away.
Mm.
If, per se, I wasn't in a massive group, I could have stuck around,
Mm. Yeah.
introduced myself. But I was also, at the time, the bar was packed. I'm 5'4", getting pushed around by women who are 6 foot.
Women are ruthless in the bars.
They
don't
can
give
be,
a
though.
fuck
That
about-
is-
I remember that.
They don't
that-
care.
No, the
They
black
can't.
chick. She kept on she kept doing
Dude, I got
that
pushed into
whole.
pillars and everything by women.
Yeah.
Cause I turned around thinking it's a guy, and it's a girl that just pushed me out of the way and kept going. I'm like, Thanks.
Women, when they need to go to the
Jennifer?
bathroom, they need to go.
Oh yeah, they go.
You gotta find them
They
Amazonian women.
all of a sudden
though.
they're like linebackers.
Yes. Well, and they go as a
Yeah,
herd
they hit
too.
my line.
Exactly.
It's like an offensive line just pushing you.
Exactly.
Hey, what
Yes.
the gay dude who was talking to you, who wanted to get in your pants, he
Like my fashion, apparently.
yeah he
So,
liked
so that's good.
he liked your fashion. He also wanted to like your butthole too. But
Great.
but I mean it's okay.
I mean, it's flattering, right? It's
We don't
flattering, right?
objectify men either.
Yeah.
It's a two-way street.
It's a
It's a
two-way
two-way street.
Can't-
No, but that's how you really know you're getting there, right? If gay dudes are hitting on you, you're moving
True.
step right.
This is indeed
It's a
true.
good thing that happened at 1:45.
Because women and gay
As the
dudes
bar
know
was
their
closed,
They're
fashion.
like gone by then.
True
too.
Yeah.
straight guys have not a clue what fashion is. Can confirm myself.
Well, the fashion in North Dakota is pretty much white shirt. You need to have a flannel. Have to.
Yeah.
Flannel.
That's
Have to. And then you need to have like a backwards hat, like
Yeah.
whatever you have.
Blue jeans and like
Blue jeans and like shitty shoes.
Bro, you're wearing literally red shorts.
See,
Yeah.
Bruh.
That's what I'm telling you. I don't know fashion.
my outfit was bold last night though,
Yeah, like the white.
because I had a white.
You guys both look really fucking good.
Appreciate that, man.
Really?
Appreciate
And
it.
I'm not
Appreciate
gay.
it.
I told you like
He's not gay, so
So you probably kissed dudes or something.
Well,
on the side.
Yeah, no. Your outfit was
Perhaps.
popping, dude.
I'm glad I wore the red shirt.
and with your shoes, I mean, it all fucking worked. So
I'm glad it worked.
So the guy who wanted to get into your underwear, he was talking to this girl at the table that we were
Hot.
at, right by the door,
Okay.
and he told
for him.
her to choose between
Hot's
either
better than
you
you.
or him,
At least he's not hiding himself.
and she
He's,
chose you.
Going out.
She was
there
a
with
she was a
sexuality.
super
no reason
tall
why.
girl,
Stay bottled up.
and she left like 2 minutes after that conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Okay, so what I
So
don't get is
wing
like
woman?
if that's why I didn't understand how is the dude gay, because like he's like, who would you pick?
I don't know.
That's
But
why I'm saying
he-
how could he be?
Yeah, but he was definitely talking about having intercourse with you.
maybe he's bi.
Yeah,
That
maybe.
could that makes more sense.
He swings both ways.
Perhaps.
There we go.
I think
I respect
He's
he prefers Indian
switch
men.
hitter.
Yeah, yeah.
Switch hitter.
Wow.
He likes Indian men. That's,
But,
that's
He
his
doesn't
favorite.
discriminate.
It's a good night.
Good for him.
Great for him.
Now we just need a girl that wants you.
It's hard to find one.
Hey, starting off with a person, that's step one, and then
Fair enough.
getting the right gender, that's the next.
Okay, so here,
But
Oops, I found a man. Wait,
Wait.
Right.
In this day and age, you never know.
hold on.
Honestly.
okay, here's the next step in that, right? So Sai was talking about
You missed a step.
Sai was talking about he felt like he didn't stand out enough at the bar because of his height.
I feel that.
But I told him like what I would do is I would wear something that's
Bright, colorful.
bright and colorful,
Makes
not
you stand
traditional.
out.
Yeah, makes you stand
That's why I
out.
wear a cowboy hat.
Because then
Yeah.
you are being observed, and at that point you are attracting attention, and you have to match
They'll
that
notice
attention
you.
with your confidence, right? So even if you don't feel like you have that confidence, you have to fake it until you make it.
Yeah, pretty much.
well, and I mean, everyone might have like some unique part of their fashion
Right.
identity too, like you with your cowboy hats and
Gotta love it.
your camo. I mean,
Yeah.
at least like you see a short guy, and if he's wearing camo or a cowboy hat, you're gonna be like, oh, that's Tyler.
Some
Precise.
girl will either be like, ew, he's wearing a cowboy hat, or oh, he's wearing a cowboy hat.
Yeah, I
Ooh.
remember that one time when we were at Beta.
Yeah,
like
that
that girl
that
stole
girl.
your hat and you
Yeah.
never got it back.
Yeah.
Tough night, man.
It was tough.
I
Night.
can't
But
believe she
she-
give you your hat back.
I can't believe she left.
I
Well,
can't
you never
believe you.
saw her again.
Never
ever,
saw
did
her
you?
again.
I can't believe you gave her your cowboy hat.
Yeah.
That was the big mistake.
Yeah,
You live and learn.
Yeah, he was a
You
different-
live by your mistakes.
He was a different man at that time.
yeah.
Now it's like glued to his.
No,
head.
he's not a different man. Like, come on, let's be honest. If
He's
willing-
very protective of his.
Cowboy hats.
I
his
guarantee
cowboy
you
hats.
would never give another
If
girl a
he's-
drunk girl a cowboy hat again.
Not a stranger.
No.
he will be a simp enough to give a girl.
Okay, if the girl I'm talking to now asks for a cowboy hat, I'll probably give it to her. But that's just because I know her and I will hunt her down if she takes it.
No, fair enough.
Where this gal, I can't track her down.
Yeah.
Forever rest in peace. my
It's like
first
you have to
cowboy hat.
get contact information before you.
Yeah, before
You have to sign a
anybody-
contract before I give you this hat.
Yeah,
So I
honestly.
can track you
I just
down.
carry around a contract.
Indeed.
Perhaps.
Indeed.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Indeed.
Okay, so you were talking about the height issue.
Indeed.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not an issue. Sorry. First of all,
Huddle.
the women weren't that tall. You were just over exaggerating.
No, you're just tall.
No, I know
Perhaps.
height. I know height.
I don't trust you.
When you're 6 foot tall, everyone's gonna look shorter.
Yeah, this is indeed true.
Well, and tall women are very intimidating.
No, it's not even intimidation. Like
They're
look,
just tall.
they're just
Bro,
tall.
Tall women are kind of hot.
They don't give short.
No,
guys.
tall women are definitely good looking, 100%.
Well, I mean, yeah,
wait a
absolutely.
minute.
But I don't judge look. I don't judge attractiveness on height.
Okay, but
I do.
women,
I need 6'5".
like
women.
men,
You're trying to have a D1 baby.
we're
or
just trying to
something?
find what we want.
Absolutely.
We'll want someone from the WNBA.
Oh my goodness.
Nothing wrong with that.
Except they won't be able to teach my son how to play ball.
I was gonna marry a black woman, and I'm very happy about that.
Honestly, I could see it.
I could
I
totally
can see
see
it.
it. I can totally see.
I
both
could
of them.
definitely see
She's
it.
Being
gonna
married to a
run your
sister.
butt over though.
But him having brown kids scares me.
Why? They'll probably be moderates. Let's be honest.
Probably. But yeah,
Choo-choo.
I'm looking forward to that day, Will.
We're all looking forward to that day.
When I have a brown baby.
Okay, so what is other ways going
Yes.
You'll be like me.
Jesus. Going back to the whole standing out in public situations, i.e. a bar, or any other examples.
Social gatherings.
Yeah, social gatherings. What would you think would be a better way to stand out other than like your
Clothing?
wardrobe?
Because
Because I feel like there's a few ways I would say, right?
Well, I think
I would just say just introducing yourself, having balls.
I'd say
I didn't really have balls. That's the problem.
posture.
Posture is a really big one
Posture.
because
Posture.
your posture can be
Don't
the difference
slouch.
between looking confident and looking like
Scared.
yeah.
Or timid. Yep.
Timid. Yeah.
You
So
got to
a
be
little
adamant.
Insecure.
So
if you
posture is
will.
definitely a good one.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's your personality too. Like being assertive
Yeah.
for sure is gonna
Dominance.
definitely make or break it.
Mhm.
Assert
But it depends
dominance.
how you are assertive.
Yeah.
Like you can't be
Well,
like
yeah, you
demanding.
can't be an asshole.
Yeah, yeah,
but like
yeah.
Yeah.
like laying it out on the table and being like, well, this is like what I'm looking for and this is who I am. Like
Mhm.
I feel like if you're 100% real with someone when you're looking for that serious intimate connection, then like
Well, the problem is it's like the initial forming the connection.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's the problem because
Mhm.
like you only get like 5 seconds to actually
that's
like
true.
get
Man,
them.
First
in.
impressions are like huge.
everything.
Key, yeah.
First impressions are everything.
Yeah.
If you got a bad first impression with a girl, it's hard to.
Oh yeah.
But-
Absolutely.
Even if she's seen you in a different light after that, it's like almost impossible.
But
Mhm.
in her eyes, it could have been a bad first impression, but in your eyes, it could have been a good one. Y'all just didn't click.
No.
There's also that.
Fair enough.
In your eyes, you're thinking, man, it's a really good impression. That's who I want to show I am, and she may not be into that.
Yeah. Well, and
That's true.
people want different things too.
Oh, absolutely.
Honestly, I think that's my problem.
Can't make everybody happy.
Yeah.
What's your problem?
What's your problem? Yeah.
Like, I think I made a good first impression, but
The girl is just like,
she didn't see it that
Nah.
way.
Mm.
Yeah, more or less.
more or less. That's right.
Well, and it's
It's a numbers game at the end of the day
Yeah.
too.
well, it's also important not to get caught up on that. Like
Remember, you're
Yeah.
You're just
picking
trying
the needle out of the haystack, and sometimes you keep picking out barley.
See,
True.
yeah, I'm starting to get really good at first impressions, but it's the next step is where I suck balls. in.
Getting past first impressions.
Absolutely
You set up the first impression, but now how do you keep going?
stuff.
How do you keep loading the coals into the train?
You get a second.
I mean, you
impression.
definitely know how to. You're like the expert of that.
This is indeed true.
You know how to like keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. No matter how, like how your day was, it could be the most depressing day of all time,
This is true.
but somehow you can talk about it for at least like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Like I'm just like,
Yeah.
how is he
I
still
feel
talking?
so bad because I feel like I'm making Sai just so upset with himself.
No.
Yeah, fuck you, Si.
No, basically, we have like the same day, but you're still able to talk about your day like
Yeah.
it's the most interesting day so far.
Yeah.
And then somehow you can connect it to anywhere.
Okay, so what would you attribute to that? Like, what do you think?
Oh, his
Makes
personality.
sense.
100%.
Storytelling.
His personality just
You're-
like
you're
screams.
still the most charismatic person I've ever met in my life, and like I love you so much, but like it pisses me off. I'm just like
Fair.
you can talk to anyone. Like
I can talk to anybody and then somehow find out that they're related to me.
Yeah. Well, that's the
Especially
problem with being in
especially
North
Dean
Dakota.
Jellick.
Because that is my cousin.
Yeah.
Okay, stop that. We already knew he was my cousin.
Fair enough.
So yeah, you have to be charismatic, especially when you're going out, and I am definitely not even close.
I think
Mill,
I
on
think
the
I do
other
that
hand,
well.
Mill
Yeah,
has
you
good
can.
charisma, I would say.
It's something you gotta practice, or you can practice.
Well, I think if you're confident in yourself, then you can.
Or you
Yeah.
find a gal
Confidence
to
is
match
everything.
your energy.
Well, that's true. Because some
See,
people,
Yeah.
some people don't have that charisma, you know. But
And
they have
some
other
people-
things like they make
no.
up for it in other places.
Or
you
you
know?
find an opposite to attract.
that.
There
I
you
feel
go.
like that's
It's
hard to
do
find.
attract.
Yeah, it is hard. Well, in a bar, yeah. Well, in a screaming bar that you can't really hear them.
Yeah, especially on a night like last night for you guys, if it was
Who-
packed, like that'd be really difficult.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I was sitting in the truck and I could barely hear.
But those are the best nights that you want to smell good because every girl that passes you is gonna be like, that guy smells
Because they're right next to you.
Yeah.
I need some cologne.
So yeah. So Sai smelled really good
So
last
Will's
night.
like double guessing his life over there.
Sai had his nice shit on last night.
Right.
So
Yeah, you did. We walked back into the apartment. I'm like, oh, somebody put on cologne. Walked into your room and I'm like, oh, it was in here.
Hopefully, it wasn't overwhelming.
It might have been.
you put a lot of spritz on.
Yeah.
All you
Well, I
need,
didn't know I'm Indian, so like we have this stereotype of smelling like shit.
all you
so-
need is 4 or 5
Yeah, I think I did like at least like 10.
at least.
I did like 4.
I watch you do it. You go. I was like, oh damn. Okay.
That's a lot of cologne.
That's a
I
lot.
just do one spray, and I call it good.
I go 1, 2.
Just to give
1,
it that
2.
little fragrance.
Next
Yeah,
time,
I
I'll
only
cool
do it in my
down.
armpits because I stink.
Wait, did I smell like your brother when we went to the comedy show? Remember when we all went to the comedy show and your brother? I was like, dude, it smells like cologne, like a lot of cologne.
Yes.
So I smell like that.
Well, by the time you got to us, no.
Okay.
But by what your room smelled like, yeah.
So initially, I did.
Probably.
Yeah, but
Getting told you smell good is like honestly
I-
one of the
I-
best compliments.
It felt-
Yeah,
it felt-
I-
it felt so
I
good.
agree.
I
I
mean,
haven't- I
any
didn't
compliment
get
towards a
told I
guy
could
just
smell
keeps
good.
us
Oh
moving.
yeah.
It felt so good.
Yeah, there's stuff
But the
from
fact that
my
you
freshman
know
year of
that
high
I
school
smell
that
good.
people told me that I'm still like, hey, this person said that. So
No, 3 girls told me I smelled good last night. So,
There you go.
No girl told me that I smelled good last night.
Yeah, just to
But I know
never
that
had
I
a
smelled
girl
good
tell
last
me
Just
night.
a
Just
gay
one
guy.
Huh?
I've only had one girl tell me I smell good.
See, I think the only reason so many girls tell me I smell good is because I get in and talk to them.
Mhm.
Like I have to lean in because I already talk a little, so I have to like lean in, and then
And you already can't hear them in the bar.
yeah, and I
so-
spray my cologne in like
True.
the intimate areas where you're like getting close with people. So I spray 2 on the neck and then 2 right on my collarbones. So it's like right there in that vicinity. So when I lean in, that's like the first thing they're smelling, especially if they're shorter than me. Something to think about.
What's
But-
what's being taller than somebody?
Hmm?
What's being taller than somebody?
Yeah, you wouldn't know. You're 5'4".
Yes, sir.
Will's the tallest one here.
Yeah.
I mean,
how
women
tall
are-
are you, Will?
I'm like 6 feet.
6'1".
So with shoes, he's
Uh,
like 6'2". So he's like pretty
No,
much.
I'm not
golden.
6'2".
With your shoes.
No, not even with my shoes. I'd say maybe 6'1".
He doesn't wear boots like
My dad's 6'3", and like I'm 5'9" on a good day.
you
Kinda
got your
pisses me
mom.
off.
You
Yeah.
got your mom's.
Mom's side of
jeans.
the family is like super short.
Yeah,
so.
I feel that.
My dad's 5'5", my mom's 5 foot. So I guess I got my dad's jeans.
You
got
got
the
fucking
recessive.
lucky.
Yeah.
You got the
Yeah,
recessive
you-
jeans.
I
Both recessives hit.
You got really lucky, side.
Yeah.
My dad is the short one in the family, and he's 6'1". But
Your
my-
dad's tall.
well, right, but even his cousins are 6'4", 6'8".
Must be nice.
bro, my
Yeah,
my
I
dad's
got
like,
screwed because mom is 5'.
Bro, if
On
you
my mom's
if
side-
you were like 6 foot, dude, like game over. Like
Yeah.
literally game
The
over.
game would be over. You
Like-
you'd have every girl.
You
have
would
everything, the
you have
charisma,
so
the
much
height.
charisma to the point where it's like it's impossible.
See, but I don't think you would have as much charisma if he was.
Yeah, that's
tall.
the thing. That's kind of like what I was saying before. Like, if you don't have the charisma, you make up for it in other places. But like, he has the charisma, and that's
Because
why
I
he
make
doesn't-
up for the
That's
height.
why he doesn't have the height. Yeah.
like my
I
mom.
just think-
But
I
what's
just
to say like you wouldn't have that charisma?
I just think you have to find your niche side.
What do you mean?
Like,
You'll find it.
yeah, you'll find. Like,
Find it in your Indian
size-
personality.
I'm sorry.
Cyan.
Tyler is very charismatic.
Oh yeah,
1,000%.
You mean Wolfie?
No,
yeah, Wolfie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wolfie.
sure.
Wolfie's very charismatic. Will is very autistic.
Well, it's time to end the podcast.
no, we're definitely cutting that out.
I,
But,
I do have
fine.
autism.
Alright.
That is the thing.
But yeah. So you just have to find your niche
I think I just need to.
in social situations.
Yeah.
The problem is like they're
Like think about what you feel like you do well. All right. I guess collectively, what do we think Sai does well in social gatherings?
Be Indian.
hide.
Be himself. Be
Be
himself.
Indian.
I think you have great dry humor, but you take that as being boring.
No.
We
no,
take that
Yeah.
as being hilarious.
No. The problem with dry humor is that not a lot. Okay, I will generalize this.
Nobody
because
likes a dry pork chop.
I like.
Lots of
Especially
57
Muslims.
sauce.
Lots
No
of
one likes dry
57
meat.
sauce.
But anyways, not a lot of
Pause.
women.
Sauce.
Yeah, I'm gonna generalize this, and y'all can comment.
Oh God. Here we go.
A lot of women just they don't like dry humor. It's weird. Like Brie Larson, and she has really good dry humor. But a lot of people do not like Brie Larson because she's into dry humor.
But at the same time, that's where I go to say you can't please everybody.
Yeah, but what
My
I'm saying,
humor does not get along with a lot of people as well.
what I'm saying is
Yeah, fuck you.
you're
Travis.
basically cutting off like more than 95% of women because only like 5% of women probably like a little bit of dry humor. Like I need to find a girl that actually can watch South Park or like
Right.
Family Guy, but not a lot of girls
But-
like that.
So
Tyler's like,
Let me break it down for you.
shit.
So what you're saying is you need to find a gal who enjoys the stuff like that. But
Mhm.
the way you find a gal who enjoys stuff like that
It's fine.
is, well, one, by talking and just trying to find that needle in the haystack,
Yeah,
if you
Yeah.
will.
it's tough.
You got to still be yourself. Don't change just because 95% of women in your untested stats
Damn.
in the research of Psy, you can't just change yourself to follow the population. You stay yourself to follow the minority.
I mean, you're true.
Exactly.
So with
So what we're saying is be yourself.
yeah, but with
So be a minority.
Fuck.
Already there?
But,
Question mark?
well,
That's hilarious.
with that, like I'm gonna pose the question and like I'm just asking, like I'm not saying I'm right or anything, but like maybe like looking in the bar isn't the best place. Like
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
100%.
Looking
No,
other
that's
places.
100% fact.
that's
Yeah.
why you go Tinder.
Yeah, that's
No.
cap.
Tinder's the last
Yeah.
one.
Bro, I
bro,
deleted
that's
my
no
Tinder,
different.
bro.
As
Dude,
did
it's-
I.
Tinder's exhausting. It's
Facts.
like it's
Facts, children.
nothing's ever interesting on there.
There are wholesome people
Well,
on Tinder.
what's
it's
funny
just
on-
hard to find them.
What's funny about Tinder is that when you go to Joe Block's, you literally see every girl on Tinder,
On
there.
Tinder,
So
yeah.
like, if you
Oh
want,
my god.
if you want to shoot your shot,
yes.
go at the
There
bar.
it is. Yeah.
Like,
That's
go to the
facts.
person.
That's
and
real life Tinder.
That's actual real
Yeah.
life.
And
true.
You
just-
can make your first impression. You don't
you
need to
just
fucking
get
bio
have
or
to
anything.
watch her swipe left on you.
Yeah.
That's
Like you
the
have to at
hard
least
part.
you can at least face the rejection head on.
Okay, but
She doesn't get to swipe.
here's
left,
my thing,
whatever.
because you always talk about the possibility of you getting rejected, right? How many girls have actually rejected you, like when you talk to them in person?
Indirectly reject.
Well, I went
indirect
0 for 4.
rejection. Yeah, true.
I went 0 for 4 last time.
Did you ever ask them like, "Hey, you mind if I get your Snapchat?"
What's your number?
You didn't.
Well, the problem
You didn't.
Well, the problem is that I only had 8 seconds, right?
8 seconds.
I said hi. What's your name? and all
8
that
seconds
stuff.
to make a good impression.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Then
you-
and then after your first impression, that's when you continue to move into the.
Exactly. So
These are my
I don't
thoughts.
have. I don't
I
have
think
two-
that's baloney. You know why? I think
That's not baloney.
That's
It's,
not
it's
baloney.
fact.
No.
But it's not, because literally, you gave yourself 8 seconds. That's not something where there's just a timer going on. It's
Her
wasn't-
friend
This wasn't
dragged her
speed
away.
dating. Okay, that's one instance. What about the other instance?
Right. And not that I'm saying
She left.
There's a
She left literally
timer.
after 5
this is just
seconds.
like a saying.
Yeah, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
I get the saying, but I just don't think that y'all should hold the saying so
Yeah.
high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
clearly you can easily go past 8 seconds talking to a girl.
Well,
no, but
no
will
joke.
she give you more than 8
Yes,
seconds?
she's not gonna just if she
Yeah.
walks
That's
away,
cap.
she's not gonna just walk away.
In your,
Oh, that
maybe,
is so cap. In
it is-
your
it
shoes,
maybe in your
I
experience,
promise, dude.
maybe
dude, in your
I wanna-
experience,
is
no.
different than mine.
In
I wanna
our
try this.
experience,
is different.
yeah, it's
She's
way
not
different.
gonna walk away.
Here's the
She
thing about
did,
that.
though. They
if
did,
she's
though.
not going to even give you that time, like
You
she's
don't
not,
want her.
she's not worth it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes,
once you
Yeah.
once you
This
find the
is
person,
indeed true.
once you find the person that's going to give you that time,
Well, yeah.
you know there's
Yeah,
something
I'll get
there.
their snap, no problem.
Like-
If you have a good
yeah.
conversation,
Like
and everything.
there's
Yeah, then
there's
it's fine.
real wholesome people out there. Like
So you're telling me, yeah, sorry. Go on.
no, I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
So you're telling me
I like that. I like that.
that literally, so what are you saying to her, right? Pretend I'm her, you're yourself. Go.
I'm just introducing myself.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I remember in Joel, we did this pickup line. So I'm just like, hey, I recognize you from one of my classes. What's your name?
Really? I'm Marie. What's your name?
I'm Sai. And then her friend drags her away. That's it.
Her friend's a bitch.
Yeah, her friend's the bitch.
That's yeah.
But you can't do anything about that. But like what I'm saying is,
yeah.
What about that other instance you were talking about?
okay, so
She just walked away, you said?
okay, so basically I was just like, hey, I recognize you from tennis. What's your name?
What is this? I mean, tennis girl.
We're getting there.
She's not a nice person. All right.
No, I mean, she can be her.
She just had a boyfriend though.
Yeah, she had a boyfriend. Like I don't care. Like she can do whatever she wants.
Good for her. You always love to see people being happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So?
So I recognized her from tennis, and then she's just like, cool, and then walked away.
Well, because that, you can't base that, because first of all, she has a boyfriend.
Yeah,
So
but
clearly
she
she's
didn't
not
even.
gonna-
No, but the thing is, like, she didn't tell me that she has a boyfriend.
Oh, you found out after?
Well, like
So you
she
knew,
played.
so
She
you knew before she had a boyfriend.
Well, I didn't know
How did you not know?
because her boyfriend was like right there waving.
How did you know it was a boyfriend?
He was waving, and she literally like got up and sat on his lap.
Oh.
Oh, that was
a
a
good
good
answer.
Good answer.
like what? If that's not an indication,
Okay.
I don't know what is. I can read some social.
I'm like,
skills.
I can wave on a lot of girls and have them come over. It doesn't mean
They're gonna
make
sit
them
in my
their
lap.
girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So like, I couldn't do anything about that.
So I will say one thing.
Mhm.
When you're thinking about your dream girl, the thing that every guy needs
Connection.
is she has to like you.
Here's the thing. It
Like-
doesn't even.
Like that's part of the dream girl. She has to like you. If she doesn't
Well,
like
it's
you,
not
then
gonna- it's
like
not gonna
what's the
work out.
point? Yeah, exactly.
Here's the
Then
thing.
why would you want her?
Here's the thing. It doesn't even need to be a dream girl. It can just be any girl. Like you just have to make a connection as fast as you can. But the problem is, like in my experience, it's not like Mill's experience where they're like, oh yeah, let's actually make a connection. You know, Mill can be in his element after like in like 15 seconds. You can make like a joke or something. You wouldn't have time
I
to
make
make that
jokes
joke.
all the time.
You don't have time to make your joke in your introduction, really.
This is indeed true.
Like you have to first like introduce yourself, and all of a sudden, then they
Well,
can match your energy, and then
You
once you match energies, then your personality will start to come out.
Well, you
and
can
they
argue that making a joke could be like your pickup line in the beginning. So if you decide to use a pickup line, that could be an opening
Okay,
joke.
but here's the thing: using pickup lines, that's like a 5%
Yeah.
like success.
That
rate.
works in like sitcoms and like that.
Yeah. So in real life, girls won't really care about pickup lines.
Fair
Like some will, some won't.
Yeah.
It all depends. But most people, they're like, okay, thanks,
Hmm.
or
Yeah.
like cool, good joke. Walks away, goes to her friend.
Nice one. I remember that one, and then just walks away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's.
I heard that one before.
I mean, it depends on like how do you look and who you are and all that stuff. Like Mill can probably do a pickup line, and the girl will probably be like, "Oh my god, like what's your snap?" and all that stuff. For me,
Whoa.
it
But like, if the girl is,
I've never even
it
used a
depends if
pickup
they're interested. Or
yeah,
No,
but
you never
straight
have.
out of a pickup line, if the girl's like, "Oh my god, you're like so funny," like,
Yeah.
"Can I have your snap?" Like,
That's horseshit.
that's not a good sign.
That's a little sus.
Like,
not gonna
if
lie.
if
a
you're
great
looking
sign.
for the one night
I think
stand,
it's a great sign.
yeah, if you're looking for the one night stand, it's a good sign. But like, if you're looking to make that intimate connection with this person and learn more about them, who they are as a person, rather than just seeing them more as like an object, then like that's not a good sign.
I wish we had like an actual female opinion or multiple female opinions so that we could actually
Yeah.
get through
I
this.
think I'm gonna put it
Get
on my
Mason's
Snapchat
girlfriend
today.
on here.
So what are the questions we want to ask? I think I'm gonna post like a poll on Snapchat or Instagram.
Let's do the
Okay.
post. We'll
I
make
feel-
this a
So-
good one.
So pretty much the story about this post is like, so there's this app called Dill Mill. So basically, it's like an Indian Tinder version, right? So I swiped on a girl. Well, she had her Instagram, so I was like, okay, me being who I am, I just look at her Instagram. Her Instagram is private, by the way. And then she had like, I thought it was like a podcast kind of thing. It said something unfiltered, like DC unfiltered something. And then I click on her page, and then on the first post, she talked about how like, well, this was the post. Tyler can basically just read the gist of it.
Okay, I didn't read the entire post. I didn't know.
Well,
that.
basically the gist of it is like how
Should I
like,
read that fifth slide with enough men have caused enough harm?
Yep. So pretty much she's talking about how like men have been oppressing women all these years, and it talked about how like women are very uncomfortable because men keep on like making them feel unsafe, which it could be at home or anywhere. They can't walk out at night alone because men are creepy, which I
feel like we should preface this like being there are some really shitty dudes out there.
No.
But I don't think that gives them the right to generalize that all guys are like that.
But what I'm saying is like,
okay, let's read the quote first. Let's read this final.
But basically,
stance
she ended the post by
with
saying,
this. Let me read it.
Yeah.
Enough men have caused harm. So yes, men in general are the oppressors and commit violence towards women. The generalization is justified. On behalf of all women, just listen, empathize. See how you cannot contribute to this harmful mindset and behavior. If you are triggered and your immediate response is, hey, not all men are like that, you are the problem.
See, but you can't generalize it.
I don't think she had the right to say all women either.
Well, no, you can't justify a generalization like that because, I mean, I can't really think of like an example of like the opposite effect, but like, yeah, there's a lot of shitty guys out there, but there's also a lot of like really good guys out there.
There's a lot of evil in the world in general, and there's a lot of good in the world.
well, the problem is like the side that women want, or what she's expecting us to do is talk to these men and be like, do not do this anymore, or talk to their parents and all that stuff and tell them to not do this. And you know what? I agree. Like,
I agree.
Like 100%, I agree with that.
You can only change so much.
But at the same time, like rapists and murderers, they're like a whole class of evil.
Normal guys like that, like us, will not be able to.
Like
sadly.
Well, and I mean, you have to realize there's only a certain amount that's in your control, and you can advocate and be an activist for it, but like you can't just say all men are this way.
So like I told Sai, I said, when we become older, get married, kids, hope to God we all get to that step one day. We train, we want to help our daughters to defend themselves, know how men should treat women, right? By us leading that example, so our daughters know, hey, this is what good men are supposed to be like. Keep us guys in our daughters' lives, so we show them there are a lot of men. So our daughters, and I shouldn't say it, but I'm gonna say it, don't turn out like this girl where she goes, all men are bad. No, because there's 5 of us really good guys sitting in this room right here.
Well, and I feel bad for whoever's posting that, honestly, because they've been dealt a pretty shit hand to make it to the point where they want to say that.
Like,
and I've known a lot of people, even from where you and I are from, who have said that. And because, I mean, there are a lot of horrible guys who did not treat women right at all. But at the same time, and I'm going to say this because of my life experiences, women don't give nice guys the time of day.
Yeah, you have to be...
Yeah,
oh, you're like a brother to me.
It's not attractive. But...
Because they don't see... We were talking about at the bar. How do you stand out at the bar? Women don't find nice being the standout anymore, if you will. Women
I don't think it's ever been the standout.
Well,
I wish it was.
It comes out more as desperation.
I would say women like nice guys. They don't like to date nice guys, right? So women appreciate
sadly.
They appreciate nice gestures.
Yeah.
They appreciate you holding the door for them. They appreciate you doing that. But that's not something that draws them to you, So it's like what I've been getting a sense of, that women who say like that nice guys don't finish last, that's what they say. The gist of what I'm getting at coming from women is that they feel like a lot of these guys who say that they're nice guys are self-proclaimed nice guys.
Yeah.
So they're not. So in actuality,
they're not actually nice guys.
Yeah, they're doing nice.
They're the fake.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up. It depends why you're being a nice guy.
That is true.
Like if you're being a nice guy to be a nice guy to get women, you're not a nice guy. No. You're the same thing as another piece of shit, dude. But if you're a nice guy because
you're a nice guy,
those are your beliefs and your morals, and you're just genuinely a good fucking person, then
there you are.
I think it'll work out.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't. Mm-hmm. It's not about like doing everything you can to get a girl. It's more or less you keep it up, and eventually that girl's gonna find you.
Yeah, you just gotta vibe. That's what I've been doing.
True. Vibe. Let the girl get to know you.
Yeah, if it happens, it happens.
Start normalizing women making the first move.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Shit.
But
Well,
but
shit
going
happens too, you know.
Well, yeah,
going
Yeah.
going back to the post,
Yeah.
like we kind of transitioned to
I see that.
something
That's fine.
completely different.
Right back to her.
We definitely empathize with them because like the rest of the post made so much sense. Like, you know, women got
It
so
does.
much oppression, and you know what,
Yeah.
so much shit happened to them. Men like
Yeah.
fucking Brock Turner, like
Well, and throughout
like
history,
his-
it's always been like that. Like I'm taking a history and systems psychology class this semester because I'm a psychology major, and you realize that like psychology, like in the beginning, like with psychodynamic theory and Sigmund Freud, literally all he was doing was trying to justify that men are superior than women because men have a penis, and he is like just theorizing. Like there's no stats to back it up in any of his shit. It's just him trying to justify it. Like that's an example of a guy who's just a piece of shit to women. But like not all guys are like that. And
Right.
I like we need to keep like making that clear to women.
I think a big problem in that post is that. So she made a generalization, right? We've all been, you know,
All women.
susceptible to making generalizations.
Yeah.
The only problem here was that she basically she made this generalization, and it was like, if you have an opinion on it, then you're just in this same lot of men, and it's like,
yeah,
but how though? Because it's like you can't say all men are this and this and this, and then if someone tries to you know, change your mind, like, well, there are good men in the world, and you're like, oh, you're evil because you said that.
She's literally
they're
saying
good
you
men.
can't defend yourself in that scenario, and it's
Basically.
like, well, then my opinion doesn't matter at all, and that kind of takes away from your right to having freedom of speech.
What I'm not understanding is like she posted this, but like what's her intention? Like what's her intention behind it exactly? Is it just
Awareness?
is it for awareness? Because awareness does help, but at the same time, is it the solution? Like should we advocate women like having pepper spray on them, or like if they want to actually walk by themselves, like they're like, but I don't want to defend myself. Like I don't want the need to defend myself. Like I walked like here outside without needing to defend myself, so they want to feel like that.
And that fucking sucks, and that's just kind of the world we live in. I think this post is a step in the right direction, but I think maybe she didn't really think it all the way through. Like I read an article recently about like cancel culture and stuff, and it's like it was talking about an interview with Obama, and he's like, yeah, no, it's not activism. It's like you're not bringing social change by just posting on social media. You're
have to act upon it.
Like, yeah, you're just showing everyone how woke you are. And I mean, that's really big in our culture right now, but like being an activist for something like means that's something you're always going to stand up for.
Like Charlemagne once said, some of you woke people need to take a nap. Like
We all need our sleep.
Honestly, like lately I've been seeing on like my Snapchat and like Facebook like feeds, like people put on their story, like they put a picture of a guy and just like call him a racist, and then there's like a huge chain of like, or did I say racist? I meant rapist.
Oh.
Yeah, they like call him a
That's
rapist.
really different.
Yeah, sorry, they call him a rapist. And I'm just like, what do you want me to do? Call him a rapist on my story? I'm not gonna do that. Like, I don't know anything about this dude.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and
like, what am I supposed to do?
People are so like they jump into things without being 100% like brought up with the facts and everything. They're like, oh, this is a rumor, so let's jump in right away. And then that kind of ends up ruining people's lives, which sucks. And like most of the time I would say like those people did the thing and they're pieces of shit, but like at the same time there's going to be people that fall through the crack that are wrongfully accused of something like that, and it's going to mess up their life in the future.
It's guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to cancel culture.
Bro, I remember.
Or it's just guilty.
Bro, I remember one time my cousin got accused of hitting his girlfriend, and then like in the middle of the trial, when he thought he was gonna lose, she admitted that he never actually hit her. And I'm just like, that is so messed up. You waited till now to like tell the truth. Like,
that's a lot of
seriously?
Well, the thing is,
At least you didn't wait 30 years.
that reputation is still gonna follow him because that's in the public record. He was in court for that, and that's what kind of sucks about that. Like,
I mean, like
we're so quick to try and push other people underneath us to make ourselves look better.
Yeah.
When in reality, we're all people, and some people are just shitty people, but other people like kind of sucks.
All right, I'm going to transition us back to the post a little bit. We have all agreed that men can definitely, indeed, be horrible people. There are horrible people in this world that
They've done it.
Correct. And there still are horrible people
100%.
in this world that are making women uncomfortable. I guess now the question is, how do we make the world a better place? Sai did bring up the point where do you talk to these people? Only some people who are the murderers, rapists, they're not going to listen to us Joe Schmoes. We can talk to our friends who, exponentially can keep talking to other people.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one thing that's definitely going to help, which is definitely a long-term picture, raising our children. Mm-hmm. Raising our children to know this is how you treat women. This is letting our daughters know this is how they're supposed to be treated. Show our men how to treat women. But how do and that's just us 5 sitting here in this room. And there's probably others in the world thinking the same thing as I am. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, there's others who are not. And that's why we have bad people in this world. Then we got to start thinking how we're going to let our daughters defend themselves. We got to teach them it's okay that if you feel the trouble, deck them. Take them out. Carry the pepper spray. Would you say jujitsu that time or
like
taekwondo?
How she put it, like some of the things like she actually put in the post. So she's like, always like send the location of where you're at before some shit happens, or like walk faster than you should,
or buy a gun,
or like talk to a random person.
Get training though.
Well, of course.
Get training.
Yeah. Like I advocate for like at least having pepper spray. Like pepper spray is more than enough because like I know plenty of women.
Pepper spray is nasty.
Yeah, pepper spray will do the thing.
But
it won't end a life.
I want to bring up the fact too what you said about women like feeling like they shouldn't have to do that though. The thing is about that, like I agree women shouldn't have to do that, but in our day and age, that's just
it's sadly the way
women have. And like you're gonna have to do it until social change doesn't happen.
I mean, even our small dinky little town, when you and I were younger, you didn't have to worry about locking your doors. All of a sudden, by the time you and I graduated high school, there we are locking our doors because the community, and not that it's bad, it just got to that point, if you will.
I think the way we fix society as best as we can, right? It has to be through our kids, because say all 5 of us have 3 kids each. That's 15 kids, right? Mm-hmm. Who are all going to be, taught the right ways to treat women from a guy's perspective and the right way girls should be treated from a girl's perspective. So literally that's 15 more people in society in the future that are going to be on the path to, something better.
Also,
so, I mean, that's a big part.
Also, like when it comes to like the whole parent thing, like you have to show like you don't hit women. You're not supposed to.
No.
You don't lay your hand on a woman.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't land a hand on you.
Well,
so
I don't think you should have to hit men either. It goes the other two-way street.
Yeah,
you shouldn't have to lay a hand on anybody in any case unless you're defending yourself.
Exactly. And the problem is we can at least agree like there's not like there's good parents and there's also probably not so good bad parents.
Well, yeah, not so good.
And
that's a good way.
And if we're talking about social economic, the social economic part. Like usually, like the murderers and rapists, like they're not in like the best home
mindset.
Are in the mindset. Like they don't know what they're doing. Well, except you can make the case for Brock Turner going to Stanford, right?
Yeah.
His parents are rich, and they probably didn't teach him the values, so like he got to do whatever the fuck he wanted.
And there's always going to be
he's part of history now, but
there's always going to be the outlier, the exception to that. But like what you're saying, you're right.
Show good values to your kids.
Yes.
Well, it's going to happen slowly, but that's the only way we're going to be able to make change in the world is influencing the people we actually have influence over.
Like the older generation needs to have better awareness, especially when teaching the younger generation how you're supposed to go about things. Like you shouldn't be like this creepy to a woman or anything. Like
it seems like a lot of sex offenders, rapists, murderers grow up in like really bad homes where they themselves perhaps were abused or sexually
Yeah.
assaulted
Yeah,
by their
exactly.
parents, grandparents,
And then-
whatever.
But the sad thing
The-
about
the
that is
chain
there's
goes on.
the chain goes on. Sadly, they're not
Yeah.
thinking about it and going,
So I
I
guess-
want to make sure I don't do this to other
I
people.
guess a rebuttal to our plan to help better society would be, okay, yeah, we're creating, if we all have 3 kids, we're creating 15 good people in society.
Mhm.
But on the contrary, that same thing's happening with bad people, and they're having
They're
3
creating
kids.
15.
So it's like, what next? Like, what else can be done at that point to nullify the bad and implement more good?
Well, I guess it's just also women need to have the awareness and the
Women have to put their foot down and make sure to be shown they're not going to be pushed around. Some horrible people in the world are probably thinking, ooh, challenge. No, shut up. That's not it.
Yeah.
That's not what we're saying. We're not giving you the challenge. What we're saying is back off. And I say we as I'm a girl, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm
But
saying.
you can still emphasize.
Correct.
I mean, you know women. All of us, we all have moms. Like,
True.
Yeah.
we all care about women.
Because
Yeah.
if any of that happened to our mothers,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, 100%.
Oh, we would.
like
Somebody
anyone,
got that.
they're
yeah,
they're getting all the smoke.
the smoke would be lit.
So
There would be hands thrown, a lot of things happening.
I know it's hard. It's hard to have this conversation with people, but I feel like everyone just has to realize that like it's part of life, but like you can use your life to influence others. Like don't give up. It's a struggle and it's hard, but like that's what makes your life kind of worth it in the end, is when you can look back and be like, hey, I'm leaving a legacy and I've done what I could to make the world a better place.
but the trigger is like, like not all men are like that or all
Yeah.
that, and then she goes about saying you're part of the problem. I still don't like the fact that you can generalize a fair amount of men in the population. Like we're not doing if anything, like we're trying to like
Yeah.
spread more awareness, try to do something so that people can understand like where we're coming from and all that, and what we can do as a generation, especially as a generation, be better parents, or even your parents. Like if your parent, if you're not in the best situation, like if you're in an abusive house or whatever, like you need to make sure that you're like, you know what, I'm not gonna let this happen.
You recognize
Yeah,
it and
For
you
sure.
turn it into a positive experience from the unpositive experience.
Like you need to do your due diligence and know what is right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't have to, like rape okay, first off, murder. You can't fucking kill whoever the fuck you want.
No, this ain't the Wild West anymore.
This ain't medieval times anymore. Like
And that wasn't even right back then.
No,
either.
it wasn't right back then either.
so like,
They still got thrown in jail.
Yeah.
Not as long, and the bail wasn't as bad, but
and the problem is like there's always it's like yin and yang.
Yeah,
there's always gonna be
yin and
good.
yang.
There's always gonna be evil. There can't be evil without good, and there can't be good without evil.
it's like Star Wars. There's always the light and the dark side play off of each other.
So like,
It's just which one is going to overpower the other.
yeah. So like, I don't want it to be like that, but what I'm saying is like,
Right.
we can do the best we can,
Right.
and try to minimize it as much as we can.
And I think that's a big problem with her post too, is that like we are allies for women to be treated better, but it's like we're not gonna sit here and be like, oh well, we can't just say, we're not just gonna be like, yeah, all men are bad. We can't say that because we know that not all
Because
men
that's
are bad.
trashing ourselves.
Right. So it's like it's hard for her and people who think like that. I don't know if she thinks like that. It was just out of anger or out of disappointment.
Yeah.
But it's like she's basically just gonna close us all out because we are saying that not all men are bad. So
and
at this point, we're terrible people to her.
Yeah.
Or she thinks we're terrible people, and then that's less allies that she has.
Well,
that's
yeah,
more
that's the
enemies that
thing.
she feels she
We're
has.
on her side, but we also don't want our names being dragged
Like
through the mud.
tainted.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, like, she's Indian, so I get where she's coming from, because in India,
Oh yeah.
holy mother of, like, India needs some Jesus fucking hell. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, the government's
like-
trying to do something about it, but
like Indian men, like
Yeah.
Scary.
they get a lot of bad, like they do a lot of bad shit, like from commenting on someone's Facebook
Yeah.
and be like, oh my god, you are really cute.
Yeah.
Do you want to fuck? Like what the fuck?
I'm
Like
sorry.
it's coming
like
from an
that's
Indian man.
like that's creepy as fuck.
But see, meaning that's coming from an Indian man, what did he do? He saw the poor experience and he's turning it into a positive
No,
experience.
it's just like some of the shit that you read in the news, especially when it's Indian news. Like
It's true though.
it is so terrible of what some of these women are going through.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: what the common conception is, or the common
Misconception?
no,
Oh.
what's a common thread throughout all of this for men in India? They're usually poorly educated or grew up in a shitty home. Like we're talking about like slums here. Like their parents are never there or they're shitty parents and they're very angry. They don't know what's right and wrong. So their parents don't teach them any sort of values. And then they do all these like horrific things in like, we're talking about like very bad things.
Yeah.
Like murder.
Well, even in like
stuff. It's and Indian men get that. Like I don't know if this is true for me, but like half the time, like I feel like a creep just because like I feel like
you get a bad rap from it.
Like I'm not blaming them because like fair enough, but like it's like you're already a pedestal.
Yeah.
Down. You know, you're step down.
One like another example of that is like in Japan because everything's so crammed in and like the trains and stuff. Like people get sexually assaulted on like trains and stuff all the time in Japan, and it's like
India too.
Yeah. And it's just because those people, like you said, aren't educated, and I mean,
or even if they are educated, like they're evil, right? So and I get where she's coming from as an Indian like a Indian or Pakistan or Afghanistan. Where I mean, obviously I'm not Muslim, but like I understand because there it is terrible, terrible, terrible. Like I would never. I like it's kind of weird, like not even like liking your own Indianness because like there's that
that's
side
not fair
of it.
to you too either. You should be able to embrace your culture.
Like the thing is, like, what do you think of like Indian man? Like if we're generalizing Indian man, like if you look at India, if you like Google Indian man in like India, like it's generally not like the best things. Like usually it's like rape or like murder, like a gang of Indian men like did some bad shit. Like it's always like that. And even here it's like, oh yeah, he's nerdy, like, or he's like fat and smelly and all that stuff. Yeah. So if we're generalizing that, it's not the best.
Yeah, it's so hard to overcome those stereotypes too.
Yeah. I mean, I like stereotypes. Stereotypes are fun, but like
stereotypes are funny as fuck.
They can be.
Yeah, when you use them in that sense.
In a joke, in a comedic manner.
But like, no, you can't.
When you see the.
It's hard when people
stereotypes.
actually hold shit against you based on just who you are as a base person,
Yeah.
Like people might think since we're from North Dakota, like, oh, they're a bunch of dumb fucking hicks.
Illiterate hicks. I've been told that a lot.
I read all the time. I read all the time. So
I don't read all the time, but I know how to read and I know how to use somewhat of big words. I'm definitely not the smartest, but
people are people. You gotta.
We have our strengths and weaknesses.
Everyone has their own story,
But going back to this post, I just wanted to say, like, we agree with your message, but at the same time, don't generalize all men.
Yeah, exactly.
Just know there are men in this world trying to make a better place for you guys.
Yeah, and that we're fighting for you too. Just please don't
bash men.
Yeah, don't
hurt
that
us
shit.
all.
Yeah.
Don't throw that shit in our face when we're on your side.
Don't shoot your allied army.
Yeah. Friendly fire should be off, not on.
Correct.
Yeah, so we had a good discussion, boys.
Yeah.
I think we should finally wrap this episode up.
You read my mind.
Yep. So thank you for tuning in to the third episode.
Thank you to our special guest for joining us today.
Do we have any other?
I'll be back.
Do we have any questions that we want to ask or anything?
Will's just gonna start sitting in the back. He'll have his own chair. He doesn't even talk.
I guess like
I'll just be kind of there.
I guess
vibing.
DM what you DM us any other topics that you want us to discuss when it comes like anything. It could be literally the funniest thing or the most serious controversial
thing. Yeah, I feel like this is a really serious episode too, but like knowing you guys you guys can talk about anything. So
but thank you to our two special guests.
Yes.
Great input from y'all.
Jado and
I'll be
Will.
here occasionally.
Sadly.
Same, just give it a chair in the corner.
So that's how we wrap it up. Peace.
Yeah, exactly.
Peace.